So we're going to be talking about first the Skin Deep documentary featuring Dr. Douglas Steinbrech, who was obviously himself, and he treated a patient, Alex Poro, who had loose skin surgery. He was terribly overweight, made some lifestyle changes, dedicated himself to a rich and healthy life, eating clean, working out, and so forth. So, with that being said, he saw Dr. Steinbrech as a patient, and he went under loose skin surgery. He also did what is called body banking with Dr. Steinbrech, where he took the bad fat and made it good fat and then put it in the right areas to have a spectacular result. So Skin Deep is on Amazon. I'm actually going to drop a link below. And we did a watch party earlier on this week. So Skin Deep is on Amazon. It's on Roku and pretty much anywhere where there's major streaming, YouTube, etc. So you can check it out. It features Dr. Steinbrech and is a great way to learn more about Dr. Steinbrech, learn more about the practice, and learn more about his procedures. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty, so just kind of bear with us. Just quick, Julio, how are you, sir? Pleasure to see you. We're just waiting for Doc to come back in. There he is. Perfect timing. All right, beautiful timing. I did the intro for Skin Deep. You hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. You literally, I couldn't plan it any better. Okay. We did an intro for Skin Deep. We talked about the watch party. So, Doc, tell us a little bit again for those who haven't seen the watch party and those who haven't saw it last week, our episode. Walk us through this patient, Alex Poro, and what you did for him.
Yeah, Alex is a great guy. Super, as big as his body was, I think his heart and his emotions are even bigger now that he's shrunk. But he lost almost 295. He did almost 295, and he started almost 500 pounds. He was 488 pounds.
Wow.
It almost makes you want to put on that extra 12 pounds, to get to 500 before you start dropping. That's what I'm going to do. So, amazing guy, really great guy. And he found us through Lolly. He said, what did he say? He wanted Lolly's, what was the quote, Tom?
I know what you're saying, but I forgot. He said something along the lines.
He said if he's going to have the surgery, he wanted to have Lolly's surgeon.
So I'm going to do, okay. So we went over our first part, which we wanted to talk about, which was Skin Deep. The second thing is the practice is excited to announce New York Jets yearbook, and the New York Jets are partnering with Alpha Male Plastic Surgery. They're a sponsor of the New York Jets. They ran a great ad and certain sponsorship along with the practice male plastic surgery. And the cool thing about it is you generally don't think, and kind of when wearing a football shirt and having a football theme and it's a Giants game tonight, is you generally don't think, football and plastic surgery, how do they mix, especially for men? So you partner with the New York Jets, you're partnering with the NFL. You don't think of the football dad, the athletic dad, as being kind of the core base of your business, of core base of your practice. But the athletic dad, surprisingly, is one of the fastest growing parts. Walk us through the athletic dad and what does he seek to improve?
Yeah, so these are guys that go to the gym. They're dads, and they're maybe starting to get that dad bod, but they're trying to fight it. And everybody goes changes of life. When you're in your 20s, you're going to have a date this Saturday or you're going to go with your bros to the bar, but you want to, you're interested in moving around a little bit. So you want to look good, or you find a really great girl or great guy and you're going on a date, and there's always that first naked. Everybody's had it. You've gone on 1 or 2 dates, maybe 5 dates, but there's always that first naked and you want to be in good shape. So after you get married, settle down, have kids, working on your career, you sort of lose that bod. You're starting to get a dad bod, not able to commit all that kind of time to do your first naked anymore. You kind of did your last naked 10 years ago. So these guys are really, now that the kids are in kindergarten, they want to get back to it. And so we see a lot of athletic dads, genetic wall, and they either have a little loose skin or they have stubborn pockets of fat. That's survival fat. We call that caveman fat because they used to give it to cavemen to survive the winter when there wasn't a lot of food around. Don't need it anymore. We don't live in caves. But men still get it. It pops out in the late 20s, early 30s. They're wandering around the gym. They're like, wow, how come I don't look like it looked when I was 23? So that's the athletic dad that we go in and hit those challenging spots. And then we take out that extra fat that they have, or we're starting to accumulate around the middle, starting to accumulate in their love handles, starting to accumulate on the thighs. We suck it all out. But then we do better than that. We pop it back into the chest and in the shoulders, only the upper inner chest to give more sexy definition that they're not getting with the muscle alone, and pop it in the traps. I did it twice today in the right back there, right in the OR, 3 blocks over on the other side of the street. I'm exhausted because we really went hard with these guys. We sucked out every drop that we could in their bellies, carved up the belly, really took a lot from the flanks, from the love handles, that bubble of fat that all the guys are starting to get there. It's just going to get worse. We prophylactic remove it before it gets too big, and isolate those cells for structure. We put it in the shoulders, traps. Oh, looks gorgeous on the table. Had some nurses that have never seen it before. They were just blown away. So it was really a fun day. And actually, both of these guys were athletic dads. I'm gonna give them a
Oh
phone
wow.
call if I'm done here. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, so it's an area that you wouldn't think, and a lot of guys like myself in 47, you kind of looking like, wait a second, I got to tighten things up a little bit, or I do work out again, let's say, and it doesn't fall off so quick. So again, see Dr. Steinbrech. He can walk you through, obviously, therapeutic lifestyle changes, but also what there is in terms of aesthetic, non-surgical as well. Dr. Steinbrech probably does the most, not just surgical procedures on men, but the most non-surgical. So there's a lot of non-surgical options as well. So next up, and this
But
topic.
we do the most surgical procedures.
Well, that's what I said. He did the most surgical, and
Yeah.
he most likely do the most non-surgical as well. So
Yeah.
the other thing is Ozempic. We can't talk about it enough. You just went to another conference. It's kind of it's backing into the plastic surgery field, the aesthetic field. You're getting more involved with weight loss. You're there to get rid of that loose skin. You're there to body bank. So just kind of refresh everybody about Ozempic and why it's such a hot trend, not just in the medical field, but also in the plastic surgery and aesthetic field.
I just read, interesting. This is just a little outside tidbit. I just
Yeah.
read. I had on my feed. I had this great. It was a great title, and it's such clickbait. It said Ozempic isn't only shrinking people. And the whole idea about it was, this is interesting from a cultural phenomenon for the United States. Ozempic is actually shrinking what? I know what you're thinking, Tom. You're thinking like
Yeah.
wieners
Yeah.
and things like that.
That's where I was going.
Yeah. I know. That's what I was thinking too. It's actually shrinking the fast food market, and these
Get
people are
out of here.
panicking because all of the everybody knows Yum Yum.
Yeah.
Yum Yum is the group, and what they do Kentucky
Pizza
Fried
Hut, Taco
Chicken, Pizza
Bell.
Hut,
Yeah.
Taco Bell, right?
Yeah. Young
Those
brands.
are the
Frito
three
Lay.
biggies.
Yeah.
Those are their biggies. And Yum Yum is freaking out because this is shrinking their market size,
Interesting.
and all the same thing like you're getting onto all the Frito Lay, all the munchies, not just the fast food industry.
Yep.
So these people are hungry, so they're not buying as much and they're not eating as much of this crap. So it's really funny. But Ozempic is huge because we, even in the plastic surgery, we haven't seen any kind of movement like this since Botox. It
Yeah.
really is. And it's Botox isn't gonna make a crazy change to your body that Ozempic is gonna. And we're just seeing more and more patients coming in, and they're either on their way to losing the weight they're planning for, or they've already lost the weight to have a bunch of loose skin, and we're gonna help remove it. And this is an example. You have to see this on our YouTube and also on our Instagram, Male Plastic Surgery, and show the representative weight loss that you can get with any kind of technique, but a technique like Ozempic could give you, and you can see what we do. And this particular patient, man, he went in a crazy transformation. So you have to go to the Instagram, or you can see, look at all the loose skin, look at his loose chest. So we repositioned. What we did is a chest lift for him. Again, we did a fleur de lis. So pinched out up and down, but we also pinched out east and west. So he was nice and crispy, nice and tight. So Ozempic can do that for you. I mean, I would really, not just to look, I am a doctor. I do have a heart, and I would do it not just to look better and feel better, but also for your health, man. This is so you can be around for longer with your families, so you can be around with the grandchildren. And then if you hit that golden number, you're gonna be around for the next 2,000 years because people are gonna live forever.
So this is a little bit more of a call to action, and this is really important. Okay. So just want to follow the facts, or kind of the theme, if you will, the practice. So Dr. Steinbrech broadcasted 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever, how you want to look at it, from New York. Last week was from LA. Today is from Chicago. So Dr. Steinbrech, by demand, is going to be in Chicago in about 2 more weeks. And he's also going out to LA again in October, and then has booked out in October for New York. So with that being said, is if you're one of those three cities, obviously you go to maleplasticsurgery.com, the link's below. Plan for the fall, okay? What the critical thing is to book your consult. You could book it online, you can call the office, email, however you do it, right? But get in soon, because what happens is as doc gets busier, the consults get filled and they fill up the surgical suites. So if you're planning to get your surgery or even non-invasive stuff done for the season, upcoming season, whatever that is, make sure you book soon. I know, because I'm the marketing guy. I see the calendar. There's a lot of greens, not a lot of reds, which means there's open space. There's not a lot of open space. So Doc, why don't you kind of walk through how people should plan? If you're considering surgery maybe December, when should they come in? How early? And walk us through that.
It never hurts to plan early. So we have a lot of people that book, like they'll be booking in the summertime because they know when their Christmas or their Hanukkah is. They know when their break is for that. And or they may want to get surgery after the first of the year when everyone's finished with all the holiday parties and it's really it's downtime. You don't have to see anyone. Yep. Or you might want to book in the fall or for a consult. And then, if your kids are going to be in spring break, or you're going to have time off for spring break, you can use that as a period of time to be able to coordinate surgery. So the best thing is just to do it early. Don't feel there's never this thing like you have to wait until you're up close to when you would be available for surgery. Yep. We have a lot of people that book a year out ahead, book 6 months ahead. So it just helps them have better planning. And they can even continue to use if they're on the mass weight loss program. We only have people stop Ozempic a week or 2 weeks before surgery. So you can go ahead and plan it and say you're maybe even 50, maybe even 75 pounds away from your goal, but that with Ozempic or maybe with just diet or exercise, you're going to continue to lose that weight. Or if you had a stomach procedure, you're going to continue to lose that weight for the next 6 months. Go ahead and book ahead.
Yeah. And there's a reason, because I know there's kind of two situations that I think of. The last minute guy like myself, if I want to get my surgery in November, I think I'll just go in October, book my consult and be available for my November surgery. Number one, you're booking out for October now. So if I even come in, I might get my consult in November, and again, it's kind of like a laggard. So if there's a lot of consults, generally the surgical suite is booked up. So the last minute guy, you know what? If you want to really get in November, you got to book now. Number two, the planner, which is actually even better because that person plans things out. You can go for your consult now. And like Doc said, it's very common for somebody to say, hey, I'll do it a year from now. I'll do it 6 months from now. You want to go in, You want to, get your consult. You want to meet with Joe, the patient care coordinator. You want to meet with Doc or the new person over in Chicago, and you want to meet with these people, get to know them, have your plan in place, and then execute. Because again, whether you plan it out, you can plan it out and get a really good spot that's appropriate for you and best for your schedule. And for the last minute guy, you know what? Come in as early as you can. Then you could say, okay, great. I want this as soon as possible. When's the earliest? Maybe you work from home like me. You have flexibility. So that's why I wanted to bring this up. I get like, I'm kind of on the receiving end, post lives. I get the comments, I get the emails, I get all that stuff. And there's been a lot more activity. These lives are really starting to work. So Doc, thank you for taking the time out of your schedule, your busy schedule every week. Doc is committed to this. So this was more of a kind of wanted to cover some key points, skin deep documentary. Please check it out on Amazon. I want to talk a bit about the athletic dad and how Dr. Steinbrech is partnering with the Jets, which is pretty cool. I think I'm a Giant fan. I can't wear a Jets shirt, but I thought that was pretty cool. Ozempic, hottest thing on the market. And lastly, make sure you book now. Doc, I'm going to give you the final remarks on this week's show.
Yeah, no, booking your procedure early is very key. There are a lot of people that everybody wants to be first case time, or maybe they want to sleep in, they have that 9 o'clock time. And booking your consult earlier gives you more flexibility with our schedule so that you can be the part of the day that you want to be in, that you're more comfortable with, or with your family, dropping people off, picking up kids from work
Exactly.
and from school. So it gives you that added flexibility. So that's another reason to do it. Super excited to be here, Tom. I'm bushed. I'm exhausted from surgery. I'm gonna finish up, call my patients from today. Then I'm gonna climb into bed early. But thanks for everyone listening. It's always good to have everyone join us, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.